Sisters who watch. Sisters who watch. Sisters who watch. The Oscars. Hey y'all, hey! Welcome to Sisters Who Watch.
I'm Shelby.
And I'm Laura. And we're sisters who watch everything. TV, movies,
Yes.
sports, music videos, concerts, and even 4-hour-long award shows.
Somehow.
We love to watch, and we love talking about it even more. Today we're watching the Oscars!
That's right, the 95th Academy Awards.
Okay, so let's get into it. So Shelby and I literally just finished watching the Oscars.
It was a long show. Ago. It was long.
Yeah, it went like 45 minutes over, an hour over.
Too much.
It was
15 minutes maybe I can handle. 45 is tough.
Yeah, so it was super long, but I mean a pretty good show.
We enjoyed
overall.
it, yeah.
I agree. Overall enjoyed it.
It moved, right? Mm-hmm. They did every single award, which was good.
Yeah. And we thought Jimmy Kimmel, host. What'd you think?
I thought his opening monologue was great.
Yeah, I agree. I thought he was very funny. He had a couple digs here and there, little controversial pokes, but I thought overall it was tasteful.
Yes, nothing crazy. I think he learned
crazy.
from the mistakes of past hosts.
Uh-huh.
Like, let's focus on celebrating people and the achievements and keeping it positive.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, last year's Oscars was a bit of a hot mess.
Uh-huh. Just a tad.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. So this year, I was interested to see how they're going to address, the big elephant, the slap, the Will Smith elephant in the room.
That's right.
So I was definitely interested how they were going to, address that. What other expectations did you have coming into the show?
To be honest, I wasn't super excited about the Oscars. My favorite movie from last year, The Woman King.
Right. If you listen to our first podcast, we dove into it. Yeah.
Yes. So it was snubbed. Didn't get any love. So I was, to be honest, not super thrilled.
I know. Yeah.
And going in, I was just curious to see how, like you said, they would handle the Will slap. How they would handle a year where there were a lot of high-profile snubs. Mm-hmm. And how they would handle a year where there were pretty clear favorites as well as some surprises. So I was just curious to see how it all unfold.
Yeah, I agree. Coming in, a lot of people in our family were very disappointed about Viola Davis snub, the Woman King snub. So coming in, we were disappointed. But we also knew that Everything, Everywhere, All at Once was a huge favorite. So we were definitely expecting them to have a big night. So that was a big expectation as well.
And as you know, if you listen to our first episode, Laura loves that movie.
I did. I really enjoyed it.
She's a big fan.
It was great. Shelby, not so much. But, so...
I can respect it.
Yes.
It's creative. I love how diverse it is. I love how it's celebrating the immigrant experience.
Right, exactly. Yeah, so...
It's just a little out there for me.
Yeah, so that's how we were feeling kind of coming into the show.
A little hesitant,
but still, intrigued.
Intrigued.
Right. So before we dive into the actual show, we have to talk about the fashion.
I mean always the highlight.
Right? The red carpet.
Awards are great, but I want to see what people wear.
I know, we want to see the dresses. Yes. Okay, so tell me, who are some of your favorites from the red carpet?
Yes. So I think what's great is when you're watching the show, seeing the presenters, and who really is going to bring it. It varies. There were some presenters that looked like they didn't belong, but there were others, like Salma Hayek, who just stepped on the stage in that kind of fiery red, orange, sparkly outfit,
I agree.
slayed.
Yeah, she's always someone at award shows who's such a bombshell, always looks fantastic. And didn't you look up how old she was?
Yeah, she's in her 50s.
Yeah, that's insane.
Which doesn't make sense.
She looks fantastic.
She looks amazing, and I just saw her in Magic Mike The Last Dance, and she looked amazing. So she's crushing it.
Wow, I didn't know you saw that.
Yeah, it was okay. Last minute invite from a friend.
But she looked great
She looked great.
That's what mattered.
Yes.
Yes. I agree. Salma Hayek looked amazing. A Vision in orange. Amazing. So sparkly. I loved it too. And when Denai Guerrera stepped on stage...
to introduce Lift Me Up.
Oh, my goodness. She looked incredible.
The hair?
The hair.
Dress, the makeup?
Hair, the makeup, the dress. I love how the dress is, like, just so up top, is super structured, and then it just, like... the shape it gave her was amazing. It just jolted out at the hips. Gave her such, like, an hourglass.
It was striking.
Her arms looked amazing.
Look away.
Yeah, and the hair was just incredible. It was like a cone basically on top of her head, like 3 stacked buns, all black, and she looked incredible. Definitely, I think
Very
she's
striking.
Probably my best dressed.
Yeah,
probably
she looked amazing. And I know we both love this next one.
I mean,
Halle Berry, a true icon.
How does she stay looking so good?
I mean,
how?
The, like, shockingly beautiful white dress with the flowers.
Yeah, with the flowers. The leg, like, I don't
slit.
understand how she does it.
Her nice little bob.
I know, and I loved how the hair was, like, a little bit in her face. She looked incredible. She ages in reverse. She's someone I always look forward to seeing at award shows.
You know she's always going to look good.
She's going to give it to you every time.
Every time.
And why are we surprised? We should not be surprised. I will say, an unexpected favorite, just at the show in general, Malala. She looks beautiful.
What a beautiful, sparkly silver ensemble.
I know. I was shook. First of all, I was shocked that she was there, but you said she had a documentary short nomination. But she looked amazing. So sparkly, so beautiful, and, you know, just so true to her, very classy, but so elegant and dramatic. I was shook. I was like, okay, Malala, I see you. Go off. And, of course, lastly, one of our best dressed, Miss Angela Bassett.
The queen herself.
Come on, the queen of Wakanda.
I mean, come on. That purple dress.
She looked amazing.
Hair was on point. That beautiful, sparkly necklace was on point.
Oh, yeah, the snake. That was
such
incredible.
A statement.
Yeah. Loved that Angela Bassett.
Always serving looks.
She's
another one that you know you can count on.
Right. And similar to Halle, I'm just like, how do you give it to us every time? Aging in reverse. Yeah. How?
Like, y'all look better. They look the same for 20 plus years.
And how are they looking better than the 20-somethings?
Yeah, some of these people out here look crazy.
I mean, not great. Not great.
Angela does not disappoint.
No, never. Well, now we gotta...
Some people did disappoint.
Now, great segue. Moving on. We gotta talk about some of the worst dressed.
Uh-huh.
And a 20-something that we, kind of talked about. Who was so beautiful. I didn't love Florence Pugh. I didn't love that look.
I don't know what she was like thinking.
Baggy. It was like gray. I just didn't like it.
Awful.
Yeah. I thought it kind of swallowed her. I didn't get the look. And her hair, it had like those little wispy bangs that were like halfway down her forehead.
And I know she's kind of trendy and unique and does her own thing. Like, I get it.
Definitely unique.
She's definitely unique. And I know she's very buzzy right now, but that was not the look for me.
But she usually looks really, really good. So I was like the Oscars babe. Like, I did not see it.
No. And she presented, so she had a moment where she could really, like, pop on stage. I know. And she popped for all the wrong reasons.
She definitely popped.
She popped. Just not what she probably wanted.
No. And someone else who, when they presented, we were like, oh, like, Miss Elizabeth Banks.
Oof.
That was...
And the cocaine bear bit was not for me either. That was drawn out.
It was drawn out.
It was tough.
And then the bear came out, like, later and was, like, grinding on the ground.
Yeah, like,
that was
near Malala. Like, come on. Leave Malala out of this.
Malala alone.
Leave her alone.
Yeah. Malala did not ask for that.
Yeah, so between the cocaine bear fiasco and her outfit, Elizabeth Banks,
it was not happening. It
wasn't
not
her
helping.
Night.
Yeah, it was like so baggy. It looked
so
like
frumpy.
Frumpy. It swallowed her.
She almost tripped when she walked on stage. No. Another issue with the dress.
Yes, that was so awkward. I really did not love that.
So awkward.
Yeah. And another young, beautiful, like, bombshell who we both adore, is beautiful.
Great.
Ana de Armas.
What was she thinking? First of all, she is so stunning, right? Yeah. She's been a Bond girl. She's in all these action movies.
She's incredible.
She's incredible. She's beautiful. And her outfit just was blah.
Yeah, it wasn't giving me what I needed.
No.
For the Oscars.
Like, I have high expectations from someone like her.
Yeah, I agree. And, like, yeah, I didn't get her hair. It looked like it wasn't styled.
No, it just looked like she had gotten out of the shower and let it air dry. Yikes. I'm sorry, Anna.
Dang.
I'm a fan.
I know, we love you, girl. We love you, girl.
Didn't happen for me tonight.
Yeah, the hair wasn't giving.
The makeup wasn't very bland.
Yeah, that wasn't giving. And the dress was fine, but we wanted, like, she didn't pop.
No.
She didn't pop.
Literally looked like she was just not happy to be there. And I'm sure she was, but the outfit was not giving. It was giving, like, okay, how quick can I get dressed? And get to the Oscars.
Thrown together. I know. So we were disappointed because we were excited what she was going to bring. And someone else who we were a little disappointed by in their outfit.
You more than me.
Mr. Jonathan Majors. I mean, when you're coming on stage with Michael B. Jordan, you gotta bring it.
It was tough
bring it.
To be next to MBJ. It was tough.
Yeah, like he was wearing a suit.
The suit was a little ill-fitting.
Yeah, the suit was a little ill-fitting. And when we were looking at pictures from the red carpet, it looked like his tie wasn't on right. I was like, bro, you're on the Oscars for a carpet.
Who is your team? You can't let him go out like that.
Who is your stylist? Who is on your team? Like, it was a little...
This is his moment.
This is probably his first Oscars, right?
I think so.
Right, like this, and he was on stage with Michael B. Jordan, like...
What a missed opportunity.
Exactly, you gotta make an entrance.
I don't think he looked awful.
No, he didn't look bad.
He could have looked better.
Yes,
this was a big moment. He could have looked better.
Yeah, I was disappointed. I wanted more from him. It was just small things. Like the coat wasn't going the right. It wasn't falling the right way.
Yeah.
His tie wasn't on right. I just wanted him to look better. So,
I agree with you.
That's on the fashion. Let us know what y'all think. If you agree, disagree. Other best and worst dress that we missed on this list. Okay, so we talked a little bit about Jimmy Kimmel. But what else, stood out to you about Jimmy Kimmel's hosting skills, the monologue?
Yes.
Tell me.
I thought he, again, did a good balance of telling jokes, but also making sure people feel celebrated.
Yeah.
And nothing was too deep. Nothing was too intense, right? Like, he, I think, made a funny joke about how we have nominees from every corner of Dublin.
That was so funny.
Which, to be fair, I thought he was just talking about the Banshees movie.
No.
But then to find out, documentary short, documentary feature, all this stuff about Ireland. It was like the Fighting Irish tonight.
Right. I know, very true. So I agree. I think he did a really great job of balancing the comedic, but also, bringing up important things.
Yes.
Such as, talking about bringing up diversity and inclusion and how we'll say, like we've already talked about, we were disappointed in the, lack of diversity with a lot of the categories. We said that this night was great for Asian representation, great night. However, it definitely was not the best for Black representation. And Jimmy Kimmel pointed out both the Woman King and Till. He mentioned both of them by name, so we were excited to
I'm glad at least he acknowledged that. I agree.
And he also made a really funny joke about how all the directors were male. So he did a good job poking fun at some of, the things people were upset about with this Oscars. And he did a tasteful job with the Will Smith references.
He handled it so well.
He handled it very well, very funny. So I'm satisfied with Jimmy Kimmel's job.
Honestly, I felt after his monologue, oh wow, this is going to be a good show.
Yes.
Did the show deliver?
Oh.
Maybe not, but I think he kicked it off well.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I feel like some of the presenters weren't great. No one really stood out to me.
Yeah, I feel
funny.
like last year...
A little awkward.
There were some really funny pairings.
Yeah.
And people were like, oh, those people should host. There was no one like that that was really funny. Yeah. Maybe they should have had more comedians. I feel like anytime you get folks from SNL, they crush it.
I know, there are no SNL people.
No SNL people.
That's so strange.
No comedians.
Yeah, no comedians, really.
Yeah, even Emily Blunt and The Rock, they really tried. It was awkward.
Cocaine
forced.
Bear.
Cocaine Bear was tough. Yeah.
Tough.
It was missing. So that's what I'm saying. The show started out, I think, strong, and then the comedy, I was missing it.
Yeah. The comedy dragged. Also, the show kind of dragged.
It was so long.
Yeah, it went on for too long.
And I know they think people like the musical performances.
Yeah.
I could kind of care less, except maybe it's that they're not all created equal. I thought some musical performances, like Not To.
Oh, awesome.
And Lift Me Up, delivered.
Oh, I agree.
The Diane Warren song, I could do without.
Yeah. I don't remember anything about that performance.
Yeah. Like, I just think not all song performances are created equal.
I agree. I think the thing is that oftentimes they're highlights of the shows. Yeah. Like, things that you remember from the Oscars for a long time. And I love music, so I personally love seeing the performances. But I get what you mean. Others can be very disappointing and, like, kind of
Yeah, I'm like, oh, this is kind of a waste of time.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so let's talk about, like, our highlights from the show. Like, what did you love? You know, we talked about Jimmy Kimmel, the monologue was great, but, like, what about the show did you really enjoy?
Yeah, I think overall something we both love is, like, inclusivity and representation.
Yeah.
So to see the Not To performance.
Oh, that was awesome.
Unreal.
Yeah.
I mean, to my knowledge, I don't think something like that has been performed on the Oscar stage before.
Yeah.
And then for them to win the best original song.
Major highlight.
It was a major highlight and it just felt really powerful.
Yeah. And I feel like you could tell in the room, like the audience was cheering the performance. It was such high energy.
Yes, high energy.
Awesome.
People were excited.
Yes. And you could, like, just jump through the screen. Like, Shelby and I were, like, doing the dances together.
Yeah, I was feeling it.
We were jumping.
It
was great. And apparently it's, like, trending all over the internet.
As it should.
As it should. As
having a moment.
Yeah. So that was for sure a highlight. Yeah. I mean, also Halle Bailey.
Ugh.
Oh, I mean, just Halle Bailey.
We cannot wait.
We're so excited for The Little Mermaid.
Cannot wait.
And I literally got emotional watching when she introduced the preview with Melissa McCarthy. And then we saw the preview. I was just like, ugh.
It's a big deal.
It's such a big deal. And, I mean, we're grown and we, like, this means so much to us. So we can't even imagine, like, all the little girls out there. Black girl. Seeing her as Little Mermaid, I mean,
big deal.
It's life-changing for us, so I can't imagine. Yeah, what other highlights?
Well, I know in terms of best speeches, we really liked Ke Huy Quan's speech.
So
I mean, so emotional, so powerful.
Yeah. And when he was like, this is what the American dream looks like.
I mean, woo!
Yeah.
You felt that. You felt that emotion.
It was really good.
Yeah, so I was really excited for him.
Yeah.
And I thought he had one of the better speeches of the night.
Yeah, I agree. And even though it was, you know, a smaller win, we're glad that Black Panther got a little love.
Yes,
for best.
Ruthie Carter.
Yes.
Especially, she had said her mom just died, so
yeah,
it was really, I'm sure, very powerful to win in the wake of that.
For sure. Yeah, so for best costume design, Black Panther Wakanda Forever won.
I mean, those costumes are fire.
Deserving. And she won for the first movie, too, right?
So this was her second win, I believe.
Yeah, so congrats.
Yes, Ruth.
Yeah,
we're
shout
happy
out
for
to
you.
Ruth. Very happy for her. So that was a highlight. But to our knowledge, that was the only award that a Black person won.
I think so. Not a great night for us.
Not a great night for us, but, you know, there are other big wins for, you know, other communities. So we are
allies and excited for them.
Yes. So, yeah. Other best moments, seeing the Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, love. That was good to see. Like, I enjoyed the movie, Shelby not as much, but it was very exciting.
Yeah, either way, I think that's big on a lot of factors. Of course, for Asian representation.
Yes.
As well as it being like a genre sci-fi movie.
Yeah,
those movies don't tend to get love at the Oscars. So I think it's a pretty pivotal change in voting. So happy for them. Not my cup of tea per se, because I don't love sci-fi, but it's a big moment.
Yeah.
It's a big moment.
It's a big moment for the Oscars for sure.
And I'm glad they got their flowers.
Yes. I totally agree. And it was so funny during the musical performance for the song from that movie.
So bizarre.
Yeah, that was wild.
Further showed how weird that movie was. So it's honestly, I'm so shocked it's getting all this love from the Academy, which is historically a little conservative and reserved.
Yes.
choices. So again, like, it seems like a changing of the tide almost.
Yeah, I agree. So that's exciting to see. Mm-hmm. So moving on from best moments, let's talk about a little bit more about the weird, awkward moments from the show. We talked about Cocaine Bear. That was weird. That was
very bizarre.
That was very
bizarre. Could have done without that. Wasted
bizarre.
Like 5 minutes of my life.
I know, right? And we also, you know, speaking about musical performances, we thought, like, some of the camera angles were weird, especially during the Lady Gaga performance.
Like, why was it
so close to her face?
On her face the entire time. Like, let her breathe. You were so close.
I know.
You saw, like, her lips, her pores. Like,
I know, her molars.
Up.
I was like, just want her molars on screen.
And I was confused about her wardrobe change.
Yeah, that was wild.
She literally looked like she had taken off her makeup, her earrings.
Everything.
T-shirt she was in a t-shirt and jeans. But not like a cute t-shirt and jeans. Like, she just rolled out of bed.
I know, so I was like, interesting, and I'm here for, you know, turning things on its head, being, you know, a little alternative, but I didn't get it.
Yeah, did that connect to the meaning of the song?
Like, what?
Was it a part of the performance?
Right, maybe we're not supposed to get it, but I was just, like, a little confused at what she was trying to say with the no makeup and the t-shirt and jeans. It didn't click for me. It wasn't making sense. But she sounded great, so, you know.
Yeah, that's what matters.
Yeah, good for her. And she already has an Oscar, so.
Yeah.
She's just kind of blowing up.
She's chilling.
Yeah, she's chilling. Yeah, so we gotta talk about the biggest surprises of the night.
Yes.
I mean, All Quiet on the Western Front? Who
dominated?
Was expecting that?
Well, them and Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah.
Those were the two biggest winners.
Yeah, huge.
I mean, it had been winning a lot of awards over the last few weeks. Mm-hmm. So I think in the industry, people felt like it was gaining a lot of steam.
Right.
And I think it's great to see, like, an international film, like a German movie, get all that love and, like, technical categories and yeah. So I think it's exciting, but it was surprising.
Yeah.
They won, I don't know how many, but it seemed like a lot.
A lot. They won a lot of stuff. Yeah, so good for them, but surprising.
Surprising.
Very, very surprising. Was not expecting them to dominate as much as they did. Yeah, and another surprise, I guess, you know, she was getting some love from some other award shows, but, I mean, Shelby and I were definitely rooting for Miss Angela Bassett to finally get her Oscar. Mm-hmm. But Jamie Lee Curtis ended up beating her out for Best Supporting Actress. Okay, what are our thoughts?
Okay, we know I didn't love Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah.
But Jamie Lee Curtis was fine in it.
Yeah.
I thought Stephanie Sue was better.
Yeah, I mean, she had such a complex, crazy role.
Yeah.
Like, she was playing all these different characters. I agree.
So it honestly seemed like maybe a career award, or just because people like Jamie Lee.
Right.
Like, I don't know.
Hollywood loves her.
Hollywood loves her.
Yeah.
But to me, it did not seem justified.
Yeah, it was a little confusing.
Especially since Everything Everywhere won almost everything else.
Yeah.
Give this to Angela.
I know.
She was so good in Black Panther.
Angela
entered the room. Every scene, it was like, wow.
Carried that movie.
Captivated.
I know. So we were definitely disappointed. Like, obviously we love Angela, but she was unbelievable in that film. She really carried that court scene, the beginning courtroom scene. Unreal. Please.
Unreal.
So we were really rooting for her. And the face crack when Jamie Lee Curtis won. Did you see her face? Angela
did not look happy.
No, she's not. I
wouldn't be happy either.
I would not be
Especially because it had gone back and forth, I think, but Angela was the early front runner.
Yeah.
But then Jamie Lee had garnered steam over the last few weeks. So it's crazy.
I know. So it's tough. We definitely we're rooting for something else. But
yeah.
Regardless, congrats, Jamie Lee.
Yes. Happy for her.
First Oscar. Good for her. Yeah, so we definitely, I would say, would you also say your biggest disappointment was Angela Bassett?
For sure.
Winning? Yeah, that was probably the biggest.
For sure.
I agree. What else were we, really surprised about?
I mean, it's hard because there were some movies that I really liked, so I wanted them to do well.
Right.
I don't know if that is a surprise, but Triangle of Sadness, that was a movie, It was on, I think, both of our top lists for 2022.
We loved that movie.
And it was shut out. It didn't win anything.
That was surprising.
So I think in general I was surprised because I liked that movie, but also there were a handful of shutouts.
Yeah.
Fabelmans didn't win anything.
Spielberg. Mm-hmm.
Tar didn't win anything.
And I don't know that many people saw that movie, but everyone who's seen it has just raved about how much they love Tar.
Yeah, I was
expecting it to win
even
more.
Our mom was like, oh my gosh, I love Tar.
Yeah.
So that was a surprise.
Yeah, I was surprised about that too. And Elvis.
Elvis was also
shut out. And yeah, a lot of people were saying that Austin Butler was going to win.
Yeah, so I think in general I was surprised by the amount of shutouts. I think Banshees of Inisherin was also shut out.
That was
so a lot of movies that had love previously or had steam early in the awards season lost it and just were shut out tonight.
Yeah. I agree. Those were surprising. Wait, we didn't talk about Rihanna's performance. We have to talk about that.
Big mistake on us.
I know. And it was great seeing her and A$AP Rocky.
I know. He was in the audience holding his champagne glass, cheering her on.
That was very cute. That was very cute. Yeah, I will say of course she's pregnant, but I didn't love her, performance outfit.
No, I feel
I didn't love it.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't love her look. Her hair, I think she could have looked better.
Yeah, I agree. Considering she, what she looked like on the red carpet, she looked great. And at the Super Bowl, she definitely could have.
She switched it up for the performance, and I didn't love it.
Didn't
love the switch up.
I didn't love the look. But
she sounded great.
She sounded really good. I agree.
I was not surprised, but I thought I thought she sounded really good.
Yeah. I agree. I concur that Rihanna sounded really good. And we were also saying that, is Lift Me Up the best Rihanna song? No, it's not.
There was no way it was going to win.
No, there was no way. Honestly, Rihanna getting the nomination and the performance, that's the win.
That was the win.
That's the win. She's an Oscar nominated.
That was a big deal in itself.
Yes, singer. So, super happy for her. But I will say, when the song came on during Black Panther, oh my goodness.
So powerful.
It was so good. Chills. It was at the end of the movie where it was, all quiet. And it was just, it just felt like the song was just moving through the room. And it was so powerful. So I would say for the moment in the song, I thought she definitely earned the Oscar nomination.
Completely agree.
I agree. It worked really well with how they put it in the movie.
It was, like you said, emotional seeing how that ended.
Very, very emotional. The editing, everything, it was great. Yes. Okay, so anything else you want to say about the Oscars? Any themes that you noticed?
Everything Everywhere All at Once and All Quiet on the Western Front. Those seemed like the themes for me.
Biggest winners.
It was, they didn't really spread the love too much. It was those two movies that won the most.
Yeah, I agree.
And I also think the winners were a lot of actors that have been working for a while.
Yes, a lot of older nominees.
Yeah, well, there was Jamie Lee Curtis, Brendan Fraser, Ke Kwang, Michelle Yeoh. They awarded older actors.
Yeah.
And so I'd love to see people getting their dues, getting their flowers after a long career.
I know, I mentioned that too. I was saying that it seemed like an older, demographic was winning tonight, which is great, and we love to see it because I feel like usually there's a couple youngins who get a couple
It varies.
It varies.
Feel like the Oscars, it's hard to predict.
It is hard to predict. So I did, like you said, love artists getting their flowers after a long time in the business.
Yes.
So that was really great to see. And something else that we noticed, it seemed like there are a lot of ads this Oscars. Like the Little Mermaid one, the Warner Brothers one.
It was different.
That was so interesting. I didn't notice that.
It was a lot of promotion.
Yeah, right?
Telecast, which
that was really interesting.
I was surprised by.
I was surprised by that too.
I wasn't complaining. Just surprised.
I know, they were good ads.
They were good ads.
I know. I was like, oh.
They were good ads.
Good.
Not a waste of time.
Exactly. I agree. Okay, so let's, as we're now reflecting on this 2023 Oscars and 95th,
crazy.
Let's kind of think, forward about what's coming out soon, the upcoming award season. What are your thoughts? How are you feeling?
So the award season has already started.
Literally.
It starts so early. What's crazy is Everything Everywhere All at Once came out last March.
I know, wow.
And it just won Best Picture. and all these other awards. So award season started at Sundance and all these festivals a few weeks ago. So it's underway already, which is crazy. Maybe it's too early, but that's it. Oh. We're back in it, back in the swing of things, and I'm sure there'll be like predictions for nominations for next year tomorrow.
Right. Literally.
I know. One movie I'm excited to see is 1,000 to 1. It's Avi Rockwell's movie that won at Sundance, and that's coming out in a few weeks. It stars Tiana Taylor, so I'm excited to see how that does.
Okay, Tiana Taylor.
You know, showing us her acting chops.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think what's great about the festivals, like certain movies get love, and hopefully they can keep that momentum going.
Yes.
Throughout the whole year.
Yes, let's hope so.
Fingers crossed.
And like you said, hopefully we get some more Black love. Some more Black representation.
Well, what's tough is this past year was really good for Black representation.
Yeah.
Whether it was Woman King, Till, Nope. Like there actually were a lot of great contenders.
Right.
They just were
not recognized.
So we'll see. I don't know if we'll have
I know, that's the thing, like, we're in a Black film, like, renaissance.
We'll see how this year goes, but last year there actually were, like, a lot of good options. They just weren't recognized.
I know. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how the Oscars change. Mm-hmm. We had a lot of drama last Oscars. Not as much, really not anything at all this.
No, it was honestly boring at times.
Yeah, it was a little boring.
A little slow.
It was a little slow. But overall, a pretty good show.
Pretty good show.
Yeah, so what are we watching? What are we looking forward to after watching the Oscars this year?
Yeah, of course, Little Mermaid. We've already said that.
Oh my god, yeah. So excited.
I did really like seeing the Warner Brothers 100-year video. We went to the Warner Brothers studio tour about 2 years ago, I guess, at this point. Yeah. And we really liked it, and it was just a reminder of, like, how many great movies they've made. So I'm curious to see, like, this next 100 years, what they do.
I agree. Yeah, I'm excited also to see, you know, what's coming with Warner Brothers. I know we talked about a little bit while we were watching how what's coming up, like Shazam. What else did you say? Not excited for Shazam, but I already mentioned I'm excited for Barbie this year. Yeah, Barbie. I think Dune Part 2 should be cool. So we'll see. Oh, The Flash. Yeah, not excited for that personally, but that is coming out. But Warner Brothers content coming out. Yeah, so, you know, we'll see. We're not, like we said, we're not sure how, you know, if this slate is extravagant enough to celebrate the 100 years. You know what I mean? Yeah. But maybe we'll be surprised. Mm-hmm. Maybe we'll be surprised about how good those movies are. Yes, we'll see. Yeah. We shall see. Well, anything else you want to add? No, I think it was a solid show. Yeah, it was a solid I'd give it a B+. Yeah. I would say like 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10. Yeah, solid job. I agree. B+. Okay, well, thank you so much for listening. Yes, I hope you don't have to watch the Oscars, and this will be your little recap. Yes. Definitely don't spend 3.5, almost 4 hours watching. Do not watch. Don't do that. Look at clips, look at social media, and listen to this recap. Yeah, and we got you. Look at the winners list online. Mm-hmm. Okay, bye. That's all you need. Bye. Bye. Follow us on Instagram at Sisters Who Watch. Bye. Sisters Give us a like. Give us a listen. Everything.